Jemele Hill got busted, Steve. She got exposed once again. It looks like in September, Jemele sent a lengthy tweet saying Caitlin Clark doesn't get the same hate as black women in the WNBA. After Caitlin Clark's alleged stalker was arrested, Jemele Hill tried to quietly delete the post, but the internet never forgets. Let's read Jemele Hill's deleted tweet on Caitlin Clark. I'll do my best voice here, even though it always tends to be the same voice for everybody.
Yeah.
I don't like to play the Oppression Olympics, but has CC had to delete her social media accounts? No, but her teammate Alea Boston did. CC has given out a few hard shots herself, talked trash, jawed with the refs, and yet anytime she is subjected to physical play, a hard foul or trash talk, opposing players are absolutely villainized. She is not constantly subjected to racial slurs and whatever hate she does experience. She is not told to toughen up or that her feelings don't matter. She is not subjected to both sides-isms, nor are people trying to justify any hatred against her. That's the difference. She's tried to delete that tweet, Steve. The internet discovered it. And look, CC, someone got arrested for stalking her and, making all kinds of, it's not quite, remember when Kennedy Carter and Angel Reese said, oh my God, they tried to assassinate us outside our bus, and the video dropped, and it was some guy that asked a simple question and, was like 10 feet away walking behind them. It's like, that was the assassination attempt? Anyway, your thoughts on Jemele Hill getting cold busted here?
Yeah, that wasn't exactly JFK in Dallas, that assassination attempt. Just on that tweet that Ms. Hill wrote, she doesn't play in the Victim Olympics? Are you kidding me? She's won more gold medals than Carl Lewis and Michael Phelps. She's the greatest of all time at it.
The Simone Biles of the Oppression Olympics.
You know what? That's a better one. That's a better one. Here, and by the way, the biggest story was, because I saw videotape of that guy in handcuffs. I just want to let our audience know that was not Jason Whitlock who was stalking Caitlin Clark. We just want to make that very clear. That was the biggest takeaway that I had from watching that footage. But I don't understand why people like her, and I'm talking about Miss Hill, ever delete their tweets. Do they not realize, and I've gone through this, everyone will basically screenshot stuff that you say and just keep it in that folder. They'll keep it in the drafts forever. They have that thing holstered like Wyatt Earp. So if you're just going to say it, you just might as well just have it put up there. In fact, put it in a frame like it's at the walls of the Smithsonian. There's no walking it back. You might as well just live up to it. I think her argument would be, though, that, well, that wasn't a racial incident. But then again, I ask, well, if it wasn't, then why did you take down the tweet?
It's so easy to beat up on Jemele. She makes it so easy.
Poor girl.
And there's many of us like me that are, we're over our
you're blocked
unconditional love of CC. Yeah, well, I know that, but
you're blocked
I'm over
by
my
Jemele,
unconditional love. Yeah. Well, but now you can see block people's tweets, so I can see whatever she's putting out. I just can't comment on it. But a lot of us are like, hey, man, we're not even playing the Oppression Olympics anymore with Caitlin Clark, because Caitlin Clark said, hey, I like playing in the Oppression Olympics, and, I've got white privilege, and so I'm not oppressed, and, we just got to do everything we can to celebrate Jemele Hill and Angel Reese, and that's what I'm here for, to celebrate and elevate them. And so I'm like, okay, good. Okay, CC, we'll leave you to that group, and, not that I'm not sympathetic. No one should have stalkers, and women have to deal with that. And I'm sympathetic. But this whole thing of trying to evaluate what woman on social media receives the most vicious tweets, I'm just, miss me with all of it. I mean, just, and I know I do feel somewhat sorry for the women, but my God, read my Twitter mentions. And read, read the stories that have been written about me that are just fabrications and lies and all that kind of stuff. So I just don't feel a lot of sympathy for any of it. This is what, you're a public figure. This is what goes along with it. Most of it is hot garbage. Don't live your life spent in fear. And I know that it's easier for me to say, one, I'm older, I'm obviously larger, one, I own guns, and maybe these women don't. Bitcoin isn't going anywhere, so why not start stacking some today? The Fold app gives you Bitcoin rewards when you buy gift cards at Amazon, Uber, DoorDash, and Home Depot. Over 50 national merchants. Go to foldapp.com/Whitlock right now, or scan the QR code on your screen. New users get a Bitcoin bonus with their first gift card purchase. Start earning Bitcoin rewards today. Fold app. You know, this is what goes along with being a public figure right now. It's sad. We all go through it, and everybody does need to toughen up. Not that I'm saying that to CC, but it's just like when these women, whatever these angry text messages or email or tweets these ladies are getting in the WNBA, I guarantee you, the ladies that don't try to push, Angel Reese gets a lot of heat and a lot of negative stuff because she puts a lot of negative heat and energy out there. That's one of the reasons I don't complain. I criticize people, so people criticize me back. That's right. That's the price of tea in China.
If you can take it, if you can give it, you got to be able to take it. And here's the reality, though, with Caitlin Clark. Above and beyond any other player in that particular league, she can walk down Main Street, USA, and there would actually be people that would know who she is specifically. I'm not so sure any other player in the WNBA has that dynamic. So, and again, there's a difference between being physically stalked and having someone troll your Twitter timeline. I think I've told you this, though, Jason. My view is now this. I don't block people. I am no longer the Dikembe Mutombo or Anthony Munoz of Twitter. I now mute people. Even with the new block now essentially not being a block button, I like the fact that people that disagree with me, cannot stand what I say. You know what? Good. I want you to hear my message because you care enough to go on my timeline. And guess what? With the mute button, I never have to hear from you. That's a very fair trade as far as I'm concerned.
I got a different philosophy. I'm a little reluctant to admit it, but in the interest of transparency, I'm going to admit it. I like the block button because people can see. They can still see my tweets. What I don't want them doing is spamming my mentions with garbage, with all these ridiculous comments about me or accusations about me. And I don't like false engagement, people that are just trolling. And so I hit the block. They can read my tweets. They can't leave a comment.